Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Relatively Gaming Podcast. My name is Bret, aka Enigma9011, and I'm joined by the word he used a while ago, Splendor, for his host, TJ at Turn-Based TJ. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good because it's Friday, but also I'm doing bad because the Hurricanes got annihilated last night by the Montreal Canadiens, and I'm not happy about it. But I'm here.
Yeah, I heard that in the scuttlebutt at work. I was like, ooh, not great. Okay.
Yeah, they lost the whole game in the first 10 minutes, so that was great. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, is it still like a competitive series, or they have a lead or anything like that?
That was the first game, but there's a crazy statistic where
Hmm.
the Carolina Hurricanes since 2006 are 1-13 in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Oh,
So we keep going to the Eastern Conference Finals and losing. So it kind of seems cursed at this point. So we're just trying to get over that hump. Hopefully they can win a few here and get that record up a little bit.
huh. I wonder if it's just burnout, like we talked about, like them coming too fast out of the gates. They're just like, I'm tired. I'm tired, Grandpa.
I'm tired. That's too dang bad.
Go play some
I don't know why I
hockey.
censored myself, but
Well, welcome everybody to Relatively Gaming. Obviously, we talk relatively gaming stuff and go on tangents from time to time, but it's all fun tangents. If this is your first time joining us, what we do is we cover some news from the week in gaming. We talk what we've been playing. We do a fun mystery section. And then we talk about some future titles or backlog titles that we're looking forward to playing down the road. If you like what you're hearing, whether it's here on Spotify or YouTube, please hit the subscribe button, the like button. And if you have anything you want us to discuss in a future episode, put it down in the comment section down below and we'll get to it in a future episode. But enough into the rigmarole. TJ, what do you got for news for us this week?
yeah, just a couple light news pieces, some fun stuff. In an episode of the Giant Bombcast, which I imagine is a podcast, Jeff Grubb said that the next Nintendo Direct will happen by mid-June, while noting that he is not aware of the exact date. Summer Game Fest kicks off on June 5th, and Grubb speculates that Nintendo Direct should take place sometime around that same time frame. He also noted that he was unable to nail down whether this will be a general Nintendo Direct or a partner showcase. However, Grubb seems to be leaning towards a general Direct thanks to its proximity to other industry shows. So that's pretty exciting. As another piece of news, tangentially, I am a proud owner of a Switch 2. It doesn't get here until the day after the podcast drops, but it is okay. I still technically own it. So I'm excited for the Nintendo Direct. I'll be excited to see what they have in store for the second half of 2026, because it seems like after Splatoon Raiders, Nintendo is kind of quiet on what's going to happen for the holiday season. So we'll have to see what they have in store. Is it's potentially the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake that we were talking about? Who knows? We'll have to see. But according to Jeff Grubb, should be around June 5th, so we don't have too long to wait.
Cool. Yeah, that's great. I had it as a news story for myself as well, not this specific thing, but Summer Games Fest coming up, and I had a list and breakdown of what has been announced for Summer Game Fest season. If I can interject real quick here.
Oh, please do.
So this is coming from Game Informer and Marcus Stewart over there. And Marcus has compiled pretty much, like I said, all the showcases, at least so far, that have been announced for this summer game season. And nice enough, they included the 6-1 Indie Showcase, which I'll talk about more later, that as of recording aired yesterday. Let's see, we got the Warhammer Skulls Showcase. That is also May 21st. Yeah, it already happened. All right, cool.
Yeah, it just happened, and it's awesome. If you're on Steam, please check it out. You will find a plethora of games. I'm sorry, please continue.
No, you're good. I'm about to offend people. So on May 27th, the AG French Direct, sorry, is happening with over 40 French-developed and French-speaking games will be spotlighted. They will not give me any codes because of what I just did here. I'm so sorry. Anyways, May 28th, we have the Thinky Direct. And we also have Insider Gaming Showcase. Oh, there's a lot going on the 28th. And Indie Quest. On June 1st, we have Midsummer Night's Scream. A news story I'll kind of develop more. On June 2nd, we have the PlayStation State of Play. On June 4th, we have Latin American Game Showcase and Women-Led Game Showcase. June 5th, we have Accessibility Summer Showcase. We have Jeff Keighley's show, the Summer Games Fest. We have Day of the Devs. On June 6th, we have Southeast Asian Gaming Showcase and Wholesome Games Direct and Story Rich Showcase and Green Game Showcase. Holy shit, and Future Game Showcase and Gaming Pride Parade. And Frosty Games Fest. Okay, June 6th is busy. June 7th, we have the Xbox Game Showcase, PC Gaming Show. June 12th, we have the Upload VR Showcase. And then we still have to be announced the Mix Summer Game Online Showcase. So yeah, there is no lack of showcases. So if you're looking for new games and you're like, oh, I don't see any, you're not doing the work. There's so many showcases here. So please go show your support. Watch those. Wish list some new games. And yeah, I'm sure we'll be talking, as we alluded to last week, at least covering highlights on our own stuff. Well, not our own stuff, but stuff we've seen that we're like, oh, that looks really cool. And we'll be making our list at a future episode. But yes, cool. Back to you, sir.
Yeah, and that should make our last segment of the podcast, which is what are you excited for playing, a lot easier.
Yeah.
We'll get a plethora of games to look forward to, so that's exciting. I'm gonna keep it in the Nintendo sphere because I'm still hyped on Nintendo because, like I said, proud new Switch 2 owner. So, speaking of Nintendo, in an interview with Pocket Tactics, developer Virtuous reflected on his bringing LA Noire to Nintendo Switch. In the 9 years since, the studio has worked on several other games, including Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. It hasn't worked on another game developed by Rockstar, but the, quote, team is eager to adapt Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2 for the Nintendo Switch 2, should the opportunity present itself, end quote. Switch 2 version of Red Dead Redemption 2 has been rumored, but nothing has ever been confirmed. So that is pretty exciting. I haven't played Grand Theft Auto 5 since it came out. I played it, I think I had a PlayStation 4 at the time, and I played it on that. Haven't played it since, and that game came out in what, 2013 or something?
That sounds right, yeah.
So somewhere around there,
Yeah.
2015 at the latest, and yeah, let's look it up, actually.
We have the power of the internet at our hands. I just typed in
GTA
Xbox. I'm an idiot. What am I doing? You're right, 2013.
Well, my memory is very good.
Hey.
I was just like, that's like 2 years after I graduated high school, right? That sounds about right. Yeah. So, yeah. So it came out in 2013. I haven't played it since then, so it's been 13 years. So if they had a portable version of Grand Theft Auto 5, I would absolutely play the crap out of that because I do remember really enjoying the story of the game, like the bank robberies and stuff. So I always thought that was really cool. And Grand Theft Auto 5 was always one of my favorite entries. So that would be cool to play portably for sure. Red Dead Redemption 2, I could care less about. I have it on my PC and I just can't be bothered to play it. So I can't imagine that the Switch version will entice me to jump back in. But who knows, maybe, because I did buy Red Dead Redemption 1 for the Switch. And been playing through that a little bit, or I was a couple months ago. So maybe the portability will heighten my interest a little bit in it again. We'll have to see.
Yep.
Another piece of Nintendo news is that the Duskbloods gets an encouraging update. Japanese companies have been releasing their financial reports recently, which have provided fans with new information about upcoming games. Kadokawa owns a majority share in From Software, and the company's latest financial report offered details about two upcoming Nintendo Switch 2 games, The Duskbloods and Elden Ring Tarnished Edition. Apparently, both are still on track for release date before the end of 2026. That lines up with recent leaks, which claims The Duskbloods will release in late 2026, possibly in October or later. So that would be cool. That would be a cool October drop because it is kind of atmospheric, kind of spooky. It gives me Bloodborne vibes, which Bloodborne is a great fall Halloween game as well. So that would be really cool. I'm excited for the Duskbloods, especially since I've played a little bit of Night Rain, so that I kind of see what their multiplayer what a multiplayer From Software game can be. So I'm excited to see what they do with that because the combat in Night Rain is just, chef's kiss. It's just Elden Ring combat,
Sure.
but it's so good and refined. They added abilities in Night Rain. Each character has their own separate abilities as well, and so that really spices up the gameplay a lot. So if they do something similar in Duskbloods, where maybe you have certain characters you choose or character classes, I think that could be a lot of fun potentially.
Very nice. Yeah, I'm glad they got a good update there because I felt like, yeah, they haven't said anything in a while. And I know people had a little bit of flack when Duskbloods was originally announced because it's Switch exclusive, and people were like,
Yeah.
So I was wondering, like, did something happen where, it's not happening, but good to hear they're making progress. Hopefully it catches people. Like, I don't know if I'll give it a try per se, just because I have so many Souls likes on the backlog already. And obviously, while I enjoy them, the skill is not there for me. So it's like, why buy another one to just have it sit there? So hopefully for that audience, it clicks and it becomes something. I don't know if it'll have the success of a Bloodborne per se of the exclusivity, but we can hope.
Right. Yeah, we can certainly hope. And my I've had a weird relation with Duskbloods because I was like very excited when it got announced because I was very much in the I'm gonna get a Switch 2 train when the Switch 2 announced, and then I was like I'm not gonna get one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I never really got one. But yeah, so I didn't really care about the exclusivity. I was really hyped about it, and then I was not as hyped when I saw it was a multiplayer only game.
Gotcha.
And then my hype has risen a little bit since playing Night Rain. So I've got a little line graph there going
Mm-hmm.
up and down. But I am ultimately, I think now I'm in the excited camp, and I really want to see what they can do with it. So
Cool.
it'll be cool. A piece of news that might interest you is that possible Jedi 3 confirmation, as new corporate statement has confirmed that Star Wars character Cal Kestis' journey is nowhere near its conclusion.
Fuck yeah, it isn't.
During a discussion regarding the popular theme park attraction at Disneyland, a representative from Lucasfilm made it clear that additional narratives focusing on the red-headed survivor are currently in development. This corporate tease confirms the protagonist will remain a major pillar of modern Star Wars landscape for the foreseeable future. So that is awesome. However, I will say it wasn't confirmed that it was a game that they're working on. It just
Oh,
says another narrative feature. So it could be
sure.
they could be making a TV show based on the because didn't they mocap a guy, right?
Yeah, his name's Cameron Montague, I believe, is the actor who plays him. So yeah, I could understand it going that route as well.
Yeah, they could do live action or they could do some other type of movie, but it
Yeah,
could also be the third Jedi game, which would be very exciting. So
yeah,
that's really cool. I'm glad that they take that character seriously though, and
yes.
they like actually have respect for him and actually are like putting him in the canon.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
Very
Because
cool.
I remember Force Unleashed is a game series that I really love. Those are my favorite Star Wars games. And what's his face? I can't remember his name because he's not canon. So
Star Killer,
Star Killer,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
He he was just it wasn't canon, and I feel like instead of embracing that character, they kind of like shunned him off to the side. They're like, this is just like an Elseworlds type thing,
Sure.
So it's very cool that the current biggest Jedi game is actually getting that respect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, this is a little bit sadder news though, but Quantic Dream has recently announced that its most recent game, Spellcasters Chronicles, has officially been canceled.
Mm.
And that is alongside expected layoffs. Um, this is the studio that did games like Detroit Become Human, Heavy Rain, and Beyond Two Souls. Spellcaster Chronicles was a big departure from the usual Quantic Dream formula, however. But yeah, those games, I'm a really, really big fan of Heavy Rain.
Okay.
That's actually like I'd put that in my top like 50 games of all time for
Mm.
sure. I love Heavy Rain. But so it's I never played Detroit Become Human,
Ooh,
but
very good.
and I did play Beyond Two Souls as well. Beyond Two Souls was great. That was what started it all for me.
Okay.
And then Heavy Rain, but then yeah, never played Detroit Become Human. So maybe
Mm.
I'll have to go back and play that as an ode, as
Oh,
the
sure.
captain going down with the ship to Quantic Dream because they are a great studio and I really love those games. The narrative in those games were always incredible,
Mm-hmm.
incredibly well done. I don't know. Did you play Detroit Become Human?
I played Detroit. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. The story was fantastic of like this clash between people and then the androids and like them kind of rising up and all this jazz. And then each of the characters were very strong. And for those of you guys who don't know, these games are very like choice heavy, narrative driven. So like I'm trying to think of comparison like is it Supermassive that does these games where it was like Until Dawn and they had like a series anthology, Dark Pictures anthology. That was a more recent
Yeah,
one.
I think
Yeah.
Until Dawn is a pretty good parallel.
Mm, mm. But yeah, from what I've played of, well, I did play wow, why am I blanking? Robot game.
Detroit
Thank you.
becoming human.
My brain just went boop. Forgot everything from what I played of Detroit, which was all of it. Really enjoyed it. Had a great time.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's sad to hear that though from that studio. So hopefully those people will find good jobs and land on their feet. Lords of the Fallen 2 backs out of its Epic Games Store exclusivity.
Oh.
So it was going to be an Epic Games Store exclusive, and they backed out of that deal. So I don't know if they just feel very confident in the game or if they feel very not confident in Epic Games Store. I don't know which it is, but I don't know. I think that's exciting for me because, like I said, I'm a Steam gamer all day. But yeah, I didn't really click with Lords of the Fallen 1 because of the map system or lack thereof and the confusing directions. But I'm hoping that Lords of the Fallen 2 kind of course corrects that with their level design because the combat was good in Lords of the Fallen 1. I had no issues with the combat at all. It had a good momentum to it, like a good weight to it. I really liked it. When you hit an enemy, you feel like you hit an enemy, which is good. You know, that's what like Dark Souls is the best at, you know. So that's really good. And then a game that we both share, my last piece of news is Marvel Cosmic Invasion.
Damn, I was hoping to surprise
Shadow
you with
drops.
that.
Yeah. Adding Cyclops and the Thing. Oh, you cannot surprise me because I've purchased this DLC and played it.
I hadn't heard anything all week. Look behind the curtain, folks. We don't plan the show together. We bring our own independent stuff together and hope to pop each other. And I was like, he hasn't said anything all week. Oh my God.
I got him. Yeah,
Damn.
no, I just got this last night actually and played it. Because I misread the DLC. Basically, they had a promotional slate that said this DLC, which is Cyclops and the Thing, was on the left, and then on the right it said the next DLC, which is 2 new characters and an additional mode. Now I thought it was saying that the Thing and Cyclops were included within a new mode. So I was like, oh, very excited that I got the DLC, and there was no new mode. I was very confused until I went back and reread, and I was like, oh, okay. So I just went through and played arcade mode. But man, Cyclops is a lot of fun because his dodge move, he shoots the ground with his laser beams, and it actually does damage to enemies just by him dodging. And then every character in the game gets a dodge attack. Like if you hit on an Xbox controller, it's B to dodge, and if you hit X immediately afterwards, you do a dodge attack. And his dodge attack is he shoots the ground again, but in the opposite direction. So I'm just like flipping around the screen, just shooting the ground. It's so satisfying. I really haven't dodged that much with characters while playing the game. Maybe I will on higher difficulties in the arcade mode. I'll probably have to dodge a lot more. But man, Cyclops, I'm just constantly dodging, and it's very fun. It's very smooth and satisfying. I haven't played as the Thing, but let's be honest, I bought the DLC so I could play as Cyclops. Have you tried out the DLC at all?
No, I'm happy they put it out there. We talked about it back when we talked our game impressions of Cosmic Invasion. Like, I really enjoyed it. I must have just put the expectations too high on myself because I was really stoked on it going into it. Like, oh, I'm going to love this. And I guess I was just hoping for more. Not that they ever promoted it as different. So I put most of the blame like on my shoulders and on myself. And for all those people who are like, oh, you didn't like it, I platinumed it, so you can shut up. Anyways, so I'm really glad they said and put out, obviously, the DLC here, and then they got Pack 2. We speculated on it a while back, too, if they would even do it. So cool to see. I don't know if I'm going to jump in right now. Maybe I'll wait till fall, see what this new game update is as well, and then get both packs then. And see what they're bringing to the table. I'm just happy in general, like more content for obviously a game a lot of people jived with. So, yep.
Yeah, absolutely. And I, for the record, I also wasn't really because there's not a lot of content in the game, and especially after playing Absalom so much, where there's so much content in Absalom, and then there's so little content in Cosmic Invasion. It left a sour taste in my mouth. But so I wasn't gonna buy the DLC. I was like, okay, they added Cyclops in the Thing, but like still gonna be playing through the same game. I bought it because of that new game mode, which I misread. So luckily it was only like $4 or something.
Yep, very cheap.
Yeah, so I wasn't like I wasn't like, oh no, I got tricked. They got me. But yeah, I'll be more interested to play it in I believe the next update comes in October. So I'll be more interested in, or it might have just said fall.
It just said fall, but We'll
Just
see.
fall, yeah. So in fall, I'll be much more interested to play the game with a new mode. I don't know what that new mode could be, but if they add like a roguelike mode, that would be pretty cool. I'm just saying. So we'll have to see. They have enough assets throughout all the levels where they could just mix them Diablo 3 style, where it's just like a dungeon of other assets, just like
Okay.
assets from different parts of the game merged together
Hmm.
in weird ways. With RNG, they could do that. That's what I'm hoping they're doing. But we'll have to see. It'll probably just be another, I don't know, maybe it'll be like another story mode or who knows what it could be really anything. So
Yeah, it's got to be significant if I will obviously they're taking the time to do it and then to promote it ahead of time that a new game mode is coming. Like they have high hopes in it, so I'd say they're getting creative with it.
yeah, and I did say that was my last story, but I lied.
No
There's one
worries.
more story. I have an article pulled up. This one's a little bit of a downer, so I should have ended with the Cosmic Invasion because I was a little more positive, but here it is anyway. Destiny 3 isn't happening. Bungie expected to be hit with significant layoffs. This is by Josh Kotz from Game Rant. He says Bungie is reportedly facing another major round of layoffs, and Destiny 3 is not currently in active development. According to a new Bloomberg report cited by IGN, the Destiny 2 developer is expected to be hit with significant layoffs in the near future, creating even more uncertainty around the studio's future after years of instability under Sony. Um, the report arrived shortly after Bungie confirmed that Destiny 2 will receive its final live service content update on June 9th, 2026. The update, Monument of Triumph, will mark the end of active development for Destiny 2, though Bungie has said the game will remain playable afterwards in the same way the original Destiny has remained playable. Um, Yeah, the article goes on to talk about how Bungie is now committed to updating Marathon
Hmm.
and everything. But yeah, that is a big disappointment. And Destiny 2 is coming to an end. So it's Destiny 2 is coming to an end. There's no Destiny 3, and they're laying off people at Bungie. So all around not good news for Bungie and
Yeah,
Sony, honestly.
definitely not. Yeah, we had the same, well, not same article, but the same story. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't big on Destiny. I enjoyed both of them, but I played mainly for the single player content, which there wasn't too much of from their initial launches. But in terms of a game and its gameplay, it was good. Like I enjoyed obviously it enough in the first Destiny to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna jump back in with Destiny 2. And I know that game has been around a while. Like they keep giving it
Yeah.
updates and had a strong player base. And I understand it ending its life cycle, but yeah, the layoffs is the more significant part here, where it's like, yes, Bungie has had its struggles, as you mentioned in the article mentioned, like with their relationship with Sony, and I don't know if where the hang up was specifically, so I don't want to misspeak, but obviously Marathon's out now and has its successes. I don't know if it's as successful as maybe they wanted it to be, but who do I know? Um, it just baffles me if you're going to continue Marathon, how you couldn't take that team that was working on Destiny and be like, okay, guys, we're going all in or balls to the wall with Marathon to support this, to make it more fun, to make more content or whatever it is, and just boost that up as much as you can until you're like, okay, what is our next thing? If it's not Destiny, what is it? Because this is the team that, did Halo for a long time until Reach, I think, because Halo 4 was the first 343. I could be misspeaking, but around that time was when they.
Yeah, Halo 4 was the first
Okay,
343.
thank you. So, like, they did Halo for a while. Obviously, they did Destiny for a while. So I could feel that burnout from a creative situation, too. This could be the next thing until they find whatever works for them next. It's just a bummer. And significant layoffs. I wonder what kind of hit that's going to be. And it's a little worrying for the future of Bungie. I'm not going to lie. Like, I don't know. This seems like a lot of misses lately.
Yeah, and I feel like they're putting all their eggs in the Marathon basket, which I don't know if is the best idea right now because I
Sure.
think I don't know if hemorrhaging is the correct word, but I think they are losing players and stuff. They're trying to get them back with the PvE update.
Mm-hmm.
which
Hmm.
sounds pretty significant, which is cool. That might actually get me to re-download the game because I don't have Marathon downloaded on my hard drive, but I do have Arc Raiders on my hard drive.
Right.
So what does that tell you? So yeah, maybe they'll get that player base back and they'll earn that goodwill. But yeah, I don't understand why they couldn't get the Destiny 2 team. Honestly, that sounds great. If they could have the Destiny 2 team developing for Marathon, churning out updates at the same pace they did for Destiny 2, or the same significant pieces of updates that they did for Destiny 2,
Right.
because those were like significant, like game-changing updates they would do for Destiny 2.
Yeah.
That would change like almost everything about the game besides the core gunplay and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know what Sony's thinking here, or Bungie in general.
Hmm. Yeah, I guess time will tell. It's a bummer. Hopefully those people can land on their feet quickly and or make something on their own that kills it. We'll see.
Yeah, it feels not bad because I love video games so much. I love consuming video games, but I'm also not only do I not know how to code and do I not know how to make video games, but like I would never want to because the business is so volatile.
Yeah.
It's so awful, and it's like I feel bad for all these developers who put their heart and souls into making, because video games are art. I mean,
Hmm.
let me go on a tangent. It's an art form, and it's a piece of entertainment and an art form, and you basically have these artists trying to make this thing, and then you have corporations, and we don't have to get into it. My point is, it's a very volatile industry to get into, and it's not fair to these developers who spend so much time in school, so much money and their own resources and stuff, so much of their own talent, to not be able to have a good place to hang their head.
Hmm.
That's just sad.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's all I have for news this week. I'll end on that positive note. What do you have for news for us?
So I didn't have much this week. So I'll just cover my two news pieces that weren't stolen. Kidding. Um, so
Kidding, not kidding.
so I alluded to it earlier with the Summer Games Showcase, but something that hits my excitement a little bit more. The PlayStation State of Play was announced coming up on June 2nd at 5 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a 60-minute showcase showing off, obviously, new projects coming from Sony, as well as another look at Wolverine with some gameplay being shown. Now, there's a few reasons I'm excited for this. One, PlayStation fan, primarily where I play my stuff. No shit. Number two, like many game companies, like Nintendo we joked about not too long, for some reason, they do not like announcing these things super early. And PlayStation is a strong candidate for this, like, oh, it's happening in 2 days. And we're like, what? This is the farthest out they've called a showcase in a while. Now, granted, State of Play, not showcase. Now, granted, it's the summer season, so you could be like, well, yeah, Summer Game Fest is coming up. Okay, fine. The thing that also is like, woo, 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 little siren in my head, apparently, they are also doing watch parties at Alamo Drafthouse theaters at select locations. New York City's one, Raleigh's one. I'm probably got one in LA. I don't fucking know. But I'm like, why you doing that? Why are you trying to gather the masses together, around the country? So I'm intrigued. I'm excited to see what's going on. Obviously, the Wolverine game I'm already sold on, so like I don't need to see more there. But I'll still pop when I see the claws pop and all that stuff. We'll probably see Marvel Tokon as we talked about, and get maybe some villain reveals there, and then Evo's not too long after that, so we'll probably get the rest of the roster there. Phantom Blade Zero, I believe, comes out in September, so we'll probably see that again. But, like, what are you guys planning that you want more eyes on this thing? Gotta be something big. I'm probably hyping the train up too much, and then I'm gonna be disappointed, but I don't know. I was like, oh, all right, cool. So, we'll see. Once again, June 2nd, 5 p.m. Eastern. I'll be doing a live stream / live react of it over on Twitch, so twitch.tv/Enigma9011, selfish plug. If you want to join me over there and see what we're doing. Not we're doing, they're doing. And then last but not least, also shouted out this showcase earlier, but congrats to our friends over at 61 Indie that had a wonderful showcase yesterday as of recording. Crazy Mad Lads did it. 61 indie games in 93 minutes. Holy shit. Lovely showcase, had a great flow to it, lots of good chunks of different games. I highly recommend everybody goes to check it out on your own and add some amazing indies to your Steam wishlist library. A lot of demos out now. A decent amount of them are also coming to console. So if you don't play on PC, no worries, you can check that out as well. But I did want to talk about a few highlights that I saw from there. First one is called Abide. I just took the Steam descriptions from all these. Abide is a psychological first-person horror game using prosthetic gore effects, stop motion, and dolls scanned into 3D models. A peaceful retreat where people go to get better, a place for people to air their demons. This game looks terrifying. I just wanted to shout it out because everything is like clay built. So everything just looks really gross and distorted in the best way possible, and it's so eerie. Hoo-wee! I don't know if I'll be playing it, but man, I could not deny like how intriguing that art style was and how I was like, wow, this is unsettling.
Wait, so is it like full-on claymation? Or?
I think so. At least the main characters are, and the character models. And like it says here, they are scanned into the 3D models. So like they handcrafted it and then whoop, got it in there. So seems interesting.
Yeah.
There was a lot of horror games shown off. Another one here is called Please Insert Disc. Please Insert Disc is a horror game about navigating the underbelly of a 2000s era gaming console to restore its functionality, but awakening something in the process. This comes from the creators of Home Safety Hotline. This was essentially, for those of us who remember playing our PlayStation 2s, it was the home screen of the PlayStation 2, where you could go into your memory card, you could see the little save file icons, and if you tried to boot up a game and the disc wasn't there, the screen would go all red and it would be like, hey, you fucked up, put the disc in type thing. Yeah, so you're just navigating those menus, and like it says, some spooky shit is going to be happening.
Very cool.
Next one's not spooky. It's called Painted Kingdoms. Painted Kingdoms is a minimalist strategy game where you paint, build, and defend your kingdom of paper. Harness the power of paint to protect it from relentless flames and enemy hordes. Will your painted kingdom survive the next wave? So you're a little wizard dude with his cape and his big staff, and you're just kind of building up this settlement, kind of Warcraft style during the day. And then at night, hordes of enemies and fire like attack your base. And you are there casting spells, and you have little towers that are helping to defend as you're getting attacked at night. Seemed like a good time. Maybe a little stressful later on.
Very cool.
Next one I had was Punch Lunch Food Truck Fighter. Brawl and cook to win back the streets. Punch Lunch is a unique blend of beat-em-up action with chaotic food truck management. Upgrade your fighting skills and expand your kitchen gear to become an urban legend. It looked very goofy. Next one's a co-op game. A local co-op game, or rather multiplayer game, because you're against each other. It's called Sloppy Forgeries. Sloppy Forgeries is a fast-paced competitive painting game. Practice your skills by butchering iconic masterpieces in one of the few drawing games that measures accuracy pixel by pixel in real time. So they showed it. You have 2 mice, so each player gets a mouse, and you are just recreating like famous paintings from like the Renaissance era and all these older paintings and going through and recreating them in a fast-paced time limit game. Looked like a lot of fun, and there's also a lot of modifiers that you can add to it too. You could do like the inverse or flipped painting. You could do quadrant at a time, so you have like 60 seconds here, 60 seconds here, and you got to kind of put it together that way. A lot of different stuff to kind of keep it fresh. There is also a single player mode for those who just want to play it on their own. Looked like fun chaos. And the last one I'm going to shout out is Ragdoll Physics Experiments. A narrator-driven comedy game set inside a bizarre testing facility where experiments, secrets, and physics-driven chaos are only part of the story. Reminded me a lot of the Stanley Parable and Portal a lot. because you're just a crash test dummy and you go room to room and you do these experiments on other crash test dummies, while this narrator is kind of looming over your head and you're like, why am I in this facility? Why am I here? So, like I said, there was a lot to highlight from the 6-1 showcase, so I highly recommend everybody goes over there and checks it out. It was over on YouTube. Their direct YouTube, 61indie.com is their website, which got a whole list of it. I think it aired it on GameSpot, IGN, stuff like that. So there's a lot of places you can reach it. Please go support them. But that's all I got for news for me. So we're going to move on to our next section, which is what you been playing, man. So TJ, what have you been playing, my dude?
Hey man, I've been playing a lot of fighting games still. I kind of bounced off of Mortal Kombat 1 a little bit because I played Mortal Kombat 11. I started playing that more. I know last week I talked about playing Mortal Kombat 11, but I jumped into it more. And I gotta say, watching back in the last couple podcast episodes, I think I was needlessly harsh on Mortal Kombat 11. I think it's a little bit slower and tankier, but I've really been appreciating as a casual fighting fan, being able to take my time a little bit more and plan my moves and stuff. So I really forgot how much I loved Mortal Kombat 11. And I did find a lot of I said I didn't like the cast that much, but I've been finding characters to play with that I really enjoyed. It's just characters that I wouldn't normally think that I would enjoy. Like I'm usually not a Noob Saibot fan. I am in Mortal Kombat 11 because he plays very fun. You know, I'm usually not a fan of like Nightwolf or for example, but like I am in Mortal Kombat 11. He's very fun. So it's just finding those characters that you click with, just trying out different characters that you might not think that you like, but then you end up enjoying. I also didn't play the DLC before. I only played base Mortal Kombat 11, so playing with all the DLC characters, I'm about to jump into the Aftermath story. I've still never played that. I have watched it on Twitch when it came out back in the day. I've never played through it myself, so that'll be fun. It'll be fun to play with some of the DLC characters and stuff. But I'm playing that primarily on my Switch and really been enjoying that. But then I've still been in a fighting mood. So I also on my Switch, I'm just turning my Switch into a fighting game machine. I got Dragon Ball FighterZ, the Legendary Edition was 85% off on the Nintendo eShop store, which was pretty impressive. And so it has every single character in it. I have all the characters except for one because you have to progress to a certain point in the story mode, one of the story arcs to unlock the character. So I've been playing through that game, and speaking of story mode, I have been playing through the story mode. There's like 3 arcs, it looks like, and so I'm playing through the first arc, which still maybe 2 hours in, 3 hours in. I'm still like doing like tutorial battles and stuff, which is kind of annoying, and it's not the best, the story mode, to be honest with you. I find myself skipping some of the dialogue, which is not good. I'm like trying really hard not to skip the dialogue and like get into it, but I'm just like, oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, it's not as quick. It's not another Realm fighter, that's for sure. But you know, it gives some context to the battles, and I do like the little map icons and stuff. So I don't like the story mode as much as Mortal Kombat games because it's just not as good. I will say, however, that the arcade mode I actually like more than Mortal Kombat games because it rewards or not punishes you, but it rewards you or it basically scales the difficulty of your next arcade opponent based on how well you do. So if you do well, you'll fight an even harder opponent next time, or if you do poorly, you'll fight an even easier opponent. So it's really cool because sometimes in arcade mode I get really bored, especially like running towers. I love towers, and that's one thing I gotta talk about that for Mortal Kombat 11. But I love running towers, but it is kind of stagnant. You're just going up the tower, fighting the next person, and the difficulty remains relatively the same. They get a little bit harder each time, but it's not like too intense. Whereas Dragon Ball FighterZ, they have different types of arcade modes even. And so I did one that was just 3 battles. It's just a 3 battle arcade mode, and even that was very difficult because I got an almost perfect on the first round. So the second round I was fighting like a very difficult team, and I almost lost, and that made it a lot more fun. Where I'm having a lot of fun with the game reacting to me and stuff, which is cool. And they have a lot longer arcade modes as well. I think there's like from what I can tell, there's like 8 or 9 different arcade modes. And when I beat the the 3 battle arcade mode, it unlocked a hard version of that mode.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like there's even more different arcade modes to unlock. So that's really cool. The combat's a lot of fun. It's a little, I would say would be a lot more fun to play with another person because playing with the CPUs, the auto combos are only so much fun, against CPUs. There's a lot of auto combos in Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yeah.
It's really only so many moves you can do, which makes the character not seem as distinct from one another. I would say as well because it's like, well, it looks different. What they're doing looks different. I'm still doing the same thing on the
Yeah.
buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's doesn't feel good. Where I like in Mortal Kombat, where like I'm playing as Kotal Khan and I'm doing completely different button combinations as if I'm playing Melina or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And jumping back into Mortal Kombat 11, speaking of that again because I forgot, I really really like the towers more in Mortal Kombat 11 than I do in Mortal Kombat 1. And one of the main things is you can pay money, things like 25,000 coins with a K, of course, to buy like a character specific set of towers,
Mm-hmm.
and you play through that and you earn character specific gear, and some of them are like randomized rolls, some of them are like set costumes and cosmetics and stuff. So like I picked up Nightwolf for the first time, and I was like, I don't have any costumes for Nightwolf, so I went and paid the 25,000 coins, and now I'm like earning specifically Nightwolf stuff. So being able to do that is really cool and satisfying, and it keeps going up different levels too, where you can keep doing that. And they also gate them with like you have to do 15 fatalities before you can do the next tower or whatever, which is cool. It just adds a little incentive and extra challenge. I also like that some of the towers that they have in the living towers are just like a single fight.
Mm.
It'll just be like Shao Kahn, but he's like super buffed, and it's like a really fun challenge where you're like actually trying to beat this one enemy, and you're like switching through the different cast members trying to find somebody who's. I'm like, well, Noob Saibot work? Nope. Okay, well, is Baraka gonna take down Shao Kahn? No. Okay, I only got 10 minutes left. Oh no. So it's pretty cool. It's really fun. I like the towers a lot more. Combat 11. Okay, that's enough about more Combat 11. Back to Dragon Ball Fighters now. This is you got TiVo, you can fix this. The I do enjoy the fighting even though it's auto combos, but having played Dragon Ball Fighters now, I will say it has made Marvel Tokon has shot up my list of anticipated games for the year. I think it might be my most anticipated games of the year. And that's probably just because I'm in a fighting game mood right now. I'm playing all these different fighting games and stuff. I bought Street Fighter 6 for my Switch 2. It's just sitting over there waiting for the Switch 2 to get here. So I will be playing Street Fighter 6 hopefully soon as well. So I'm just playing all these different fighting games. So that's probably why I'm so excited for Tokon. But like I said, also just playing through Dragon Ball Fighters has just really made me excited. So I hope my fighting game fervor lasts until when does that game come out? August or something?
Yeah, August.
Yeah. So um you've played a version of Tokon. I know the version of Tokon that's out now is like vastly different than some of the
Apparently.
previous betas.
Yeah.
But did you find it to play like Dragon Ball Fighters at all, or how did that work?
Oh, in a way. I don't. I feel like they wanted to have that like introduction to newer players. I don't know if they went as strong with the auto combos, but I feel like it was still prevalent. But in terms of like the fluidity of the moves, the tagging, yeah, it all was very Dragon Ball Fighters-esque. Obviously, it's different because Fighters, you have the 3 characters with 3 separate health bars. Tokan, 4 characters, all 1 health bar. So there's a few differences mechanically, but in terms of a gameplay and how it flows and everything, yeah, it's very similar, which makes sense. They're both Arc system, so.
Yeah, they're both Arc System, and that's cool because that also Dragon Ball Fighters plays a lot like Persona 4 Arena.
Oh.
Ultramax, I think was the last version of that.
Okay.
Whatever, just Persona 4 Arena. It plays very similar. That game also has auto combos and stuff. I think that's where this style of fighter that they have, this kind of more casual style of fighter that they have, started was with Persona 4 Arena, because they were trying to maybe get fans of RPGs who aren't like fans of fighting games to play the game. And so then Dragon Ball, it's like, well, there's a lot of Dragon Ball fans who may not be super hardcore fighting game fans.
Yeah.
And now you got Marvel.
Right. And just for the audience, if you guys don't know, the auto combo, it's essentially a 1-button press for the 4 to 5 moves, whatever it is, and it will just automatically do a combination for you by hitting that one button over and over again. There's a pro to that. Obviously, newer players, welcome in. It's an easy process. You don't have to think about what is this, what's that timing, where's the hitboxes, yada, yada, yada. Just, okay, boop, 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 whatever. There's a pro to that being invited. There's also a con. That auto combo will not do the same damage output as someone who is doing the, I don't know why natural comes into my head, but the natural combo where it's
traditional combo.
Thank you, traditional, where it's hit button 1, hit button 2, go back to button 1, do this motion, hit button 3. That they reward players who do those sequences and are able to hit that by giving them more of a damage output. So I just wanted to say that in case anybody's, well, like, why then you would do anything else? It's just square, 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 that type of thing. It's trying to be a gateway or an entry point. So maybe you go, oh, I am actually having fun with this game. Maybe I should put more time into it, learn this, instead of just you're thrown into the wolves, as we've joked about, of like online play, where it's like, whoa, I can't do anything.
Yeah.
At least this opens the door where you don't have to think about what you're doing at the beginning, and maybe that'll keep you hooked to invest a little bit more.
Okay, well that's still my hype for Tokon is still there then, because I'm a casual fighting game fan, so I'll still get my enjoyment out of the game, even if I'm using some auto combos and stuff. I do think that Street Fighter 6 maybe has the best system for that though, even though I've not played a lot of Street Fighter 6. The idea that you can have these simplified controls and also the normal controls at the same time, and I don't think there's a punishment for using the simplified controls.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's really cool that you can do both like that. I kind of wish that Tokon took a similar approach, but I'll have to play the game. I'll have to see how it plays and feels. I'm sure we'll be playing a couple, especially since there's a story mode. Although the Dragon Ball Fighter story mode hasn't made me very hopeful for the Tokon story mode. I'll play through that, but also we'll probably be playing a couple games against each other, I imagine, and so we'll have to see how it plays from there.
Right. Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah. That's really all I've been playing. Oh, I've also been playing Fire Emblem Three Houses a little bit.
Oh, okay.
I was going through my Switch library of games and stuff, organizing it all for the Switch 2's arrival, and I was like, you know what? Because I was looking at anticipated games too,
Mm-hmm.
like future Switch 2 games, and there is a new Fire Emblem game coming out for the Switch 2, and it is set in the Three Houses universe. So I was playing on my Switch. I was playing Fire Emblem Engage, I believe is what it's called.
Okay.
And what is it called actually now? It's gonna bother me. And it doesn't say. It is Engage. Okay, I was right.
Mm.
Okay, anyway, so I was playing Fire Emblem Engage, but then now that I realized that the next Fire Emblem entry is in the Three Houses universe, I was like, I gotta go back and play Three Houses again. Because the reason I own Three Houses, but the reason I wasn't playing it is because I've beaten Three Houses before
Mm-hmm.
on my original Switch. I played through with the Golden Deer path, with Claude. Rest in peace, my king. I don't think he dies, but just in general, he's the king. He's the goat. He's incredible. He's the bow and arrow guy. I thought that there is very much like an evil faction, a good faction, and then you have the Golden Deer who were kind of like off to the side, and I really liked them the most. So it was hard for me to pick this back up because obviously I'm going to pick a different faction this time with being Three Houses. I got to pick a different house. So I picked Edelgard this time, and she seems kind of more like I wouldn't say nobody's really evil. I would say they're just different perspectives, but she's very much like an oppressive, comes from like a more oppressive country and stuff. But yeah, so I've been playing through Three Houses a little bit as well. When I haven't been playing fighting games, trying to slow myself down, get back to my turn-based roots, and play some Fire Emblem. So that's been pretty enjoyable. But yeah, that's all I've been playing. I say that's all I've been playing. I've been playing a lot. That's what I've been playing. What about you?
Cool.
What have you been playing?
I feel like I've been on the trophy hunt. So I have kept up with Mortal Kombat 1 for a while, as I alluded to last week. I ripped off the Band-Aid. I did my ranked online sets. Shocking, mixed results. It's either people who are no idea what they're doing on online in a fighting game, where they do one move over and over again, and I'm like, okay, click that, and then boop, 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 do my thing. Or
Yeah.
you get the guy who's been playing this for 5 fucking years. I had a scorpion who did one combo that took half of my health, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, just ping, ping, ping. Here comes the assist. Ping, ping, ping. I'm like, oh, this is how I should be playing the game. Okay.
Yeah.
But luckily, I only had to play the set. So once I got that, I was like, all right, done with online. Don't need to do this anymore. I did try and do the King of the Hill one, but the group they put me in, yeah, those were 2 people who were very, very good. I was like, okay, nope, I'll cheese this with TJ at some point.
Yeah.
Outside of that, like I said, still getting the other trophies. I did the tutorial one. I did the training room one. I ran to a hurdle, and it is unfortunately what I feared. There's a trophy to do complete a Titan battle. And for those of you guys who don't know, they have seasons that go on. I believe it's every 30 days where it cycles through. It has this invasions mode. We talked about the gameplay of like the game board, and it's got the towers that TJ's talked about. And every 30 days it swaps. In that 30 days, there will be a Titan battle, which is like a super difficult, allegedly, fight where you can fight against one opponent and you can unlock special skins for different characters. It's only random days of the season. So that Titan battle may show up as a pyramid in the like mesas select, and it's available for like 3 days, but you have no idea when those 3 days are. So I am now, unfortunately, in the habit of, okay, it's a Monday, check it, nope, didn't load. All right, Tuesday, nope, not there. So I'm just constantly just popping in there.
Wow.
I do have a few other things to do. I have to get 2 more of my cameos to max level for the 5 character cameos trophy this weekend as of recording. So unfortunately, if you're listening and you're like, I've been playing Mortal Kombat 1 and it's Monday, apparently it's a double XP weekend, so I might take advantage of that for the cameo XP.
Well,
But outside of those things, I think the Titan battle is my biggest hurdle of like, I can't just do it. I need something to happen to, before I can put the work in. So outside of checking for this stupid Titan battle, I haven't played it much since this past weekend. Far Cry 5 I've gotten back into to do some more trophy hunting. I got the platinum in Far Cry 3, and I was planned on doing that and continue the trend for Far Cries as I've been streaming through them. But online trophies came into play. Well, luckily, shout out to my buddy Dan, who I reconnected with at PAX East. We just happened to start talking about my stream, and I was like, oh yeah, I've been replaying through Far Cry and la la la, and he's like, dude, I'm about to start New Dawn. And we bonded over that and Far Cry 5. So he's reached out, he's like, hey, he's also a platinum chaser, and he's like, dude, there's some multiplayer trophies, you wanna link up at some point? So New Dawn, I got all the trophies except for the multiplayer one I'm waiting on. And now I've gone back to Far Cry 5 because there's multiple multiplayer ones, and I had stopped hunting after seeing that. I was like, well, I'm never going to get the platinum. Why bother getting all these other ones, type of deal. So, done some trophy hunting in there. I've played more of Mixtape. I'm about 2/3 of the way through there. Still magical. Still loving it. I think still the intro, because I did just start over. I was like, I'll just start from the beginning and go. The intro song and like how that made me feel is still my peak moment. There's been a few other highlights, but I don't think anything's resonated song-wise and what you're doing as strongly as the intro. Doesn't mean the game falls off or it's bad in any way, but I just thought that was the best combination so far. Similar, played more of Wax Heads. I know I'm jumping around to a lot of different games here. Still enjoying Wax Heads. And then last game I'm going to talk about, I finished on stream this week after months, but that's a me problem, is South of Midnight. I finished up South of Midnight on Tuesday? Yes. Had a great time with it. Absolutely loved Hazel's story and the kind of like realism, but also the folklore and kind of tying those two worlds together. and you with Hazel kind of discovering like her powers of being a weaver and learning more about the fantasy type realm, going into it like really being on the fence and defensive and scared of a lot of things, which fair. If I just see giant fucking spiders walking around and be like, nope, I'm out. But you kind of see and learn with her like, oh, this is actually just somebody in a lot of pain and I need to help them out and kind of get past their demons to hopefully have a better afterlife or the spirit area, whatever it is. So really enjoyed South of Midnight. I'm very grateful that it did come to PlayStation, because I tried it at launch on PC, and while it ran smooth for the most part, there were some hiccups there. But since I played it on console, no issues. Had a great time there. Highly recommend that one. But yeah, that's it for me. No, I have played one more thing, but I think I want to keep it for next week, just to talk about it a little bit more like in full. But as for the other stuff, yeah, it's been a lot of like hit this, quick touches on anything. I wouldn't say anything like super duper in depth. Just trying to clear out what I've already started, because there's a few things. But that's what I've been playing. Yeah.
Cool.
All right, we're going to be heading into our next section, folks. It is the dreaded, as we sometimes say, mystery section. And TJ, this one has a visual component. All right, now I'd like to keep this a surprise. So can you do me a favor and close your eyes?
Yes.
Okay, TJ, you can open your eyes. Welcome to Bret's Backlog / Played Quiz.
All right.
All right. TJ, can you see my screen A-okay?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. You can make
Perfect.
it bigger, I think, on your end if need be, if I'm like in the way. All right. But yes, TJ has been lovely enough to make quizzes for me in the past. So I figured, why not make a quiz for him? Hopefully it's a good one. So everybody, welcome to Bret's Backlog / Played Quiz. What does that mean? Did I put too much effort into this? Probably. If you're listening to audio, there is a visual component to this, as I have a slideshow going, but you can still play along. Don't feel like you need the visual with this. This will all be audio descriptive. So if you want the little extra layer, you can go and watch the video form of this. So the rules for this game. There are 25 games I'm about to present to you. TJ, all you need to do is say if me, Bret, has played it or if it's in my backlog. Now, what does that mean exactly? Played means I completed the story. I could have platinumed this game or 100%ed it, but it doesn't have to be that. We're just looking for story completion.
Okay.
Backlog means I either never have played it or I tried it out. Could have been 5 minutes, could have been an hour, could have been 8 hours, but I moved on and didn't complete the story.
Okay.
That's all you got to do. There may be some opportunities for also bonus points along the way.
Okay.
Do you have any questions before we begin?
I think you made the rules pretty clear. I do have a comment though.
Please.
My comment is I'm glad this isn't reverse and you're not doing this for me, because I never finished the story in like any games except for like 6. So it would be all no's. So that's good. At least with you, I know there's a pretty good chance that you finish the story in a game that you've played. So
yeah, we'll see. I mean, we got the shelf. We've talked about digital libraries. There's a backlog for sure. There is one clarifying point I would like to add. What you're going to see is you're going to see a picture of a game. I've also added some extra information just for the audience of a launch date and original hardware that the game launched on. If some of these games have remasters, I'm counting it all as one. So I may have played the original, or I may have played a remastered version of it. So the data shown here is like when it launched an original console. That's just extra flavor, just extra info. Don't take that as, did I play this version of this game? I'm not that much of a dick, usually. Second, what's your prize, you may ask? What if you do really well? Because I am keeping track of score.
okay.
If I'm just going to give you positive. If you do more correct answers than incorrect answers. Well, let's see.
Okay.
Well, do you want to do a score or do you want to just be on the positive scale? Because there's the bonus questions too.
Yeah, just get me on the positivity scale. That sounds a lot easier.
If you get more right than wrong, currently you owe me $7 American.
Yes.
You will not owe me those $7 American if you're in the positive.
Okay.
Right.
Ooh, lot on the line. All right, because I've been taking out loans. I've been asking banks.
I know. Are you ready, sir?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Game number 1. Until Dawn. This game launched in 2015 on the PlayStation 4. Have I played Until Dawn or is in my backlog?
Okay. I was gonna say not only do I know that you've played Until Dawn, but I also know that you haven't seen the movie. So those are my predictions.
All right. So what's your official answer one more time?
That you have played Until Dawn.
You think I have played Until Dawn? The answer is
yes.
It is in my backlog.
Oh no! Have you seen the movie though? Was I
have
right
not
about that?
seen the movie. No, I will not see that movie.
Okay.
There is a little bit of a caveat to this. It is in my library, obviously, backlog. It was a free PlayStation Plus game at some point, and I just added it. I have watched this game been played through probably 2, 3, 4 times, so I know everything of a story element, but I myself have never controlled and played the game. So, backlog there. All right. It's all right.
Oh, great game. Great game.
Downer to start, but it's okay. We got 24 more games to go. Game number 2.
It's all uphill from here, or downhill, whichever one's easier.
Hopefully. Yeah, it's a good, I don't know. Game 2 is Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. This launched in 2022, and platforms it was launched on is PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Windows, Xbox One, and Xbox Series. We have played this game a little bit together.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've played this together. Actually, the furthest I've gotten in this game was playing with you. Even though I own this game, I'm not advanced past where we got together in that like 2 hours that we played.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna say that you also have not progressed further. I'm gonna say that you played this game, but you never beat the story, so it's in your backlog.
Okay, backlog is your answer, and the answer is backlog. You are correct. Yeah, I haven't played it since we last played.
Yeah, it is a game. It's okay.
It's fine. I get from a D&D perspective of like why your character's kind of bland and you can just create it however you want to. I didn't really vibe with that. I wanted more of a direct narrative of like, this is your character, kind of like classic Borderlands, but it was a good time outside of that.
Yeah, I agree.
Moving to game number 3, we have, ironically, Heavy Rain. You talked about this earlier. Launched in 2010, originally on the PlayStation 3. So TJ, I ask you, have I played Heavy Rain, or is it in my backlog?
Well, first of all, I just got to get this out because I didn't before.
Sure.
So now I have to. Jason. Okay, we're good. I got it out of my system. It's good to go. It just has to happen. This is in your backlog for sure. I think you even mentioned it in the previous part of the podcast. You have not played Heavy Rain, although you should. It's very good.
So backlog is his answer. The answer, however, is I have played this game.
Oh, shoot.
I was cheeky earlier. I never said if I played it or not. I was just like, oh, that's nice. Yeah, Heavy Rain. Because I was like, fuck, why'd he bring that up? I was really surprised with the name drop.
Okay, so you have played Heavy Rain. In that case, one of the best narrative stories.
Yeah, it was stressful as hell, but yeah, it was very good.
Yeah, it's very, very good. I'm glad you played that game. That's one of those games where I'm like, yeah, somebody needs to play that game. Yep. You need to play it.
X to Jason. Game number 4 is Celeste. Celeste launched in 2018. Platforms were Linux, Mac OS, Switch, PlayStation 4, and Windows. Have I played Celeste?
I'm going to say maybe you've tried Celeste before, but I don't think you've beaten the story because it's pretty hard. So,
okay. So officially
Let's say it's your
Backlog?
backlog.
Okay.
Officially backlog.
TJ says Backlog. It is Backlog. You are correct. I did try
Nice.
it out, like you said. I even recommended it to friend of the show and guest, Justin. And he played it all the way through after my suggestion. But yeah, I stopped. I absolutely loved it. And yeah, it wasn't a point of difficulty. It was just, I mean, don't get me wrong, points are difficult, but that wasn't why I stopped. It was just me being me, going to the next thing. So, got to get back to it. All right. We're 2-2 so far. A-okay. Moving on to game number 5. We have X-Men Legends, launched in 2004. Platforms were GameCube, PlayStation 2, and Xbox. I'm testing your memory a little bit with some oldies here and there.
I want to say that we've had a conversation about this before, and that you actually prefer X-Men Legends 1 to X-Men Legends 2, which means that you've played it.
At least played it, but have I completed it, or is it in my backlog?
You've completed it. Come on. It's
Okay.
Wolverine. It's Diablo.
Right. TJ says, I have played X-Men Legends to story completion, and he is correct.
Oh, okay. Good. Ooh, you almost had me. You had me the first half. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, this one was on the backlog for quite some time. I never beat it as a kid, and I think once I started streaming, this was something I've done more recently. You mentioned I do prefer this one to X-Men 2 or X-Men Legends 2. I don't even remember if I beat X-Men Legends 2. That's why I felt more confident putting this one. So yeah, good time with that one. Obviously spurred our love of Marvel Ultimate Alliance as well in that gameplay.
Yeah, definitely.
We have our first bonus question. Ooh, okay. TJ. So your bonus question, this bonus question pertains to X-Men Legends. If you didn't get that by the whole screen kind of staying the same.
Yeah.
What was the name of the mutant you are in charge of saving and eventually bringing on to the team? I will accept the government name or the X-Man name.
Oh gosh, I definitely don't remember. I'm just gonna guess because he's kidnapped in Ultimate Alliance 1. I'm just gonna go ahead and guess Nightcrawler or Kurt Wagner.
Oh, okay. So we have Nightcrawler as our answer. Unfortunately, it is not Nightcrawler. It is the high schooler Allison / Magma.
Yeah, you could have given me 30 guesses. I never would have got that.
I was wondering if you remembered. And yeah, here's a render of her for those of you guys who are listening from her loading screen. She just kind of had volcanic powers. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Moving on to our next game, Blueprints, launched in 2025, platforms PlayStation 5, Windows, and Xbox Series. TJ, this was my game of the year last year. Have I played it and beaten the story, or is it still in my backlog?
See, this is kind of cheating because it's a roguelike, you know? So, like, when do you really beat it? Have you found the 27th room or whatever the heck it is?
That is the question, TJ. Have I found said objective?
No. Because I watched you play this game a lot, and I don't remember you ever finding that room. Maybe I fell asleep on the last stream of Blueprints, but I don't remember you ever finding the last room. So technically it's backlog.
Good job, TJ. This is in the backlog. I've been meaning to play it since stopping the stream because I made it really far, but I have not hopped back into it. Speaking of which, bonus question.
Oh, God.
We're going to test your memory, TJ, from all those streams you watched. What's your main goal and objective in Blueprints?
Yeah, finding the additional room that from your uncle or whatever. He leaves you a house and he's like, find the last, I don't know how many rooms there are. Let's say there's 50. Find the 51st room or whatever.
I'm going to give you credit because you got the main part of it down. It is find room 46.
46, okay.
It is a 45-room mansion, and you need to get past the antechamber at the end and find room 46. Excellent job.
Cool.
All right, I lost count of what game we're on, but whatever. Next game! Oh, Little Big Planet. Launched in 2008 and launched on the PlayStation 3. I don't know why I spelled out PlayStation there, but whatever. Little Big Planet. Have I played it, or is it in the backlog?
Oh gosh, have you beaten the story a little bit? I'm gonna go ahead and say yes, because I think you were a big PlayStation 3 head, and I think you I remember playing Little Big Planet with you. I think it might actually be my introduction to Little Big
Hmm.
Planet was playing with you and I think Anna actually,
Oh,
if
cool.
I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I'm gonna say that you've played Little Big Planet for sure.
You would be correct, sir. I have played the story of Little Big Planet, and I loved it. You're giving me too much credit on the PS3 head, though. I only had PlayStation 3 for my collections of PS2 games, like Hooper, Ratchet Clank, Jak and Daxter, and Little Big Planet.
Little Big Planet.
All right, next game. Watch Dogs Legion. It launched in 2020. Platforms it launched on are PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Windows, and Stadia, or Google Stadia if you want to say it correctly.
No fucking shot did you finish this game. That's all I'm gonna say. Nobody, I don't think anybody on planet Earth has finished Watch Dogs Legion. I think there have been people who have played that game, but I don't think anyone's ever finished it. Prove me wrong in the chat. You can't.
Well, at least on my case, you would be correct. It is in the backlog. I enjoyed it a little bit, and then the story just kind of didn't go anywhere. I was streaming it, and then I was like, I'm just bored. There's nothing going on. So I stopped it. And that's the
Yeah,
only.
I have Watch Dogs 2, I want to say. I'm looking at my Steam right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've Watch Dogs 2. Never played it. Never played Watch Dogs 1. Never played Watch Dogs Legion. Just it's one of those franchises that's just I'm like, I like the idea of maybe one day I'll try it, but I know.
Yeah, this is my only experience with Watch Dogs. I like the concept of like anybody could be your character and swapping from it and whatnot, but yeah, it just didn't click for whatever reason. Next game, Super Mario 64. It launched
Oh
in
wow.
1996 on, who would have guessed, the Nintendo 64. So TJ, have I played and beaten the story of Super Mario 64?
No, because you did not have a Nintendo 64, which is why you've never played Star Fox 64. And if you've never played Star Fox 64, I don't think you've played Super Mario 64, at least to completion. Because, and I'll say this, this is a podcast exclusive, TJ lore. I've never beaten Super Mario 64. I've played Super Mario 64 a bunch of times. Have I ever beaten it all the way? No, I don't think I have. I think I usually get bored and play something else by some other time. I know that's blasphemy because get bored with Super Mario 64, but I think just in general, my ADHD brain, I'm like, oh, let me play this game, let me play this game. So it's nothing against the game itself, but yeah, never finished it. So I don't think you have finished it either.
Okay, all right. Man who thinks I mean, granted, true, I never owned an N64 as a child. Didn't think I could get an N64 as an adult and play this game. However, it's true. It is in the backlog.
Sure, yeah, you do have adult money now. You could just buy a Nintendo 64
Yeah.
for like $50 or whatever. But yeah.
Similar to you, I've played a little bit, had a good time with it, but have not played it to story completion.
Yeah, great game though. Great game.
Yeah. Pew, pew, pew. We have a bonus question for this one.
Oh gosh.
Nintendo released a collection including Super Mario 64 in 2020. What was that collection called?
God, I know it included the Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario 64, and Super Mario Galaxy.
Nice.
What it was called was the Super Mario 30th Anniversary Edition.
Okay.
I think that's what I'm gonna go with.
Unfortunately, it's Super Mario 3D All Stars.
I was not even close.
That's all right.
Maybe the D, if you really squint, it kind of looks like a 0. So really, that could be 30 on the cover. No, I'm just kidding. That's I'll take the L on that. It is Super Mario 3D All Stars, wasn't it? And you can't even buy that game anymore because they pulled it from shelves.
Right. That's why I bought it. I was like, oh, stupid.
And then they re-released Super Mario Galaxy and Galaxy 2 together, but it's $70 for some reason, even though you could buy it for $20 on the Wii.
Yep. Money.
We're not. That's neither here nor Nintendo and their money practices currently. Yay!
Yeah. All right. That was game number 10, if I'm correct on my count here. Moving on to our next game. We have Cyberpunk 2077. It launched in 2020, and platforms it launched on were PlayStation 4, Stadia, Windows, and Xbox One. So have I played Cyberpunk to story completion?
I'm very proudly, I know that you haven't completed the story mode because I know that you have not gotten out of the Watson section. I think you met Keanu Reeves and then you stopped playing. But Cyberpunk 2077 is one of my holy trinity of single player RPGs in the modern era, which is Cyberpunk 2077, Baldur's Gate 3, and Elden Ring. So I try to ask people about all of those games all the time and know everything I can about it. So I know for sure that you stopped playing after Keanu Reeves.
What a memory this man has. I just wanted to test his memory with some of these questions. Yes, that is in my backlog. And I did stop exactly where he said, "Oh, hi, Keanu. Oh, this is cool." Then I stopped.
Keanu is cool, though.
Yeah. I was like, until it got to that one section with the whole tower and him finally showing up. And I was like, oh, I'm intrigued now. And then my dumbass was not that intrigued and moved on to something else. I don't know. Next game is Psychonauts. It launched in 2005 and launched on the Windows platform, Xbox, and PlayStation 2. Have I played Psychonauts story completion, or is it in my backlog?
I feel like if you haven't played Psychonauts to completion, it's a very Brett coded game. I feel like you would love this game all the way through. I've never played Psychonauts. I have seen it played. I know it's got a cult fan base, but I feel like PlayStation 2 era, yeah, I feel like you've played this game actually.
Okay. Says played. The answer is played.
Wow.
I did not play this on the PlayStation 2, though. I did play a remastered version of this, and shout out to Jeff Reg. He redeemed it on stream, which is where I played it. Did enjoy it. I have Psychonauts 2, I believe, also on the backlog. But, yeah, good time with that one.
Great.
Next game. Sticking a little old school, let's go Parappa the Rapper. Launched in 1997 on the PlayStation 1. Have I played it, or is it in my backlog?
Just because you called Parappa with a hard R, I'm going to say that you haven't. You have not. It's in your backlog.
I have played it, TJ.
Okay.
I just can't read. I did play. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you like the game, or because I've heard mixed things.
So I played the remaster version of this, which is fine. However, it doesn't function super well. Timing in rhythm games is very important, and for whatever reason, that remaster doesn't have good timing that syncs up, and you can't change it. So I have beaten it, obviously, through story completion, but yeah, it was a struggle at points. So
very cool.
Yeah,
I remember him mostly from PlayStation All-Stars.
Next game is a game called Ghostwire Tokyo, launched in 2022 on the PlayStation 5 and Windows. Have I played it, or is it in the backlog?
Ghostwire Tokyo. I'm trying to remember what game this is. Is that the game where you're a detective, or am I thinking of something else?
You are correct. Yeah.
You are a detective. Okay.
You're two characters. You're a dude and a detective. The detective's like a spirit that's working with said dude.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that you have played this game. I don't know why. I'm just going off of vibes at the moment.
Okay. Well, maybe your memory is helping you out, because I did stream this game, and I have played it to completion.
All right.
Yeah, I had a good time with it. I was looking forward to it big time when it was first announced. And then it came out, got mixed reactions, and I was like, a little bit of a bummer. But eventually got back to it, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it and had a good time.
Good. I think I have it free on Epic Games.
Oh, nice. We do have a bonus question for Ghostwire Tokyo.
Oh, gosh.
Ghostwire Tokyo had a very tedious achievement or trophy called Salvation of All that asked you to collect what?
Oh gosh, I didn't remember what the game was. So I'm gonna say souls. Maybe are you collecting souls?
Ooh, you're super close.
Ghosts?
It's spirits.
Spirits. Oh
There are
man.
240,300 in this fucking game.
Oh my god.
And that little cluster of spirits there, I don't remember, but it's not a big number, so you're not collecting a bunch of them. But it takes a while.
God.
Yeah, I have not ripped my hair out yet and done that, but maybe one day. See? On to our next game. Doing great so far. We're on Returnal. This launched in 2021 on the PlayStation 5. Have I played this to story completion, or is it in my backlog?
You better have played this to story completion because I remember you recommending it to me one time. So I hope that you have beaten it and you're not just out here recommending stuff willy-nilly.
Huh. That sounds like me. I do recommend stuff all the time willy-nilly.
No!
Returnal is in my backlog, sadly. Yeah, I absolutely love this game. It's a bullet hell roguelike. And I love Celine's story here. It's got creepy atmosphere to it. The gunplay is great. I don't know why, but even though I've gotten really far to the game and gotten to Act 3, I stopped playing it. I don't know what's wrong with me. Still recommend.
It happens, though. It happens to all of us.
Yeah. We do have a bonus question for Returnal. No. Housemarque just released their most recent title this month. What is it called?
Oh, God. Saros.
He's correct. It is Saros.
Oh,
very nice
wow.
pull. Very good. Very good. So, yes, Saros is out now on PlayStation 5. Please go support that game in that studio, because apparently sales are down for whatever reason.
No.
We got a double bonus for this one.
No.
Who is the actor who plays Arjun Devraj? I'm sorry if I said that wrong. The main character in Saros.
Oh, gosh. I don't know, so I'm going to say Dev Patel.
It is not Dev Patel. It is Rahul Kohli.
Okay.
Wasn't sure if you knew him. I figured I'd throw it in there.
Now he's in
Midnight Mass and
Midnight Mass, and also the one before that.
some
Same
spooky
guy.
house thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I forget what it's called, but yeah, he's incredible. Yeah.
All right, TJ, just so you know, we are... This is game 15, if I'm not mistaken. All right, Epic Mickey. It launched in 2010 on the Nintendo Wii. Have I played this?
Can I phone a friend? Can I ask a question?
Sure. Doesn't mean
Did you own a Nintendo Wii?
I own a Wii. Yeah, I loved Wii Sports.
Okay. Okay, in that case, I'm gonna say yes. Yeah, you are a big Disney head, so I'm gonna say that you played Epic Mickey.
Okay. All right. I did play it.
Yeah.
However, I played Rebrushed, which came out on PlayStation. Remember, remasters do count here. Yeah, I didn't play it on the Wii. And when they announced the remaster on PlayStation, I was like, oh yeah, I'll jump into that. I hope they make a second, because I really enjoyed my time with the first one. We'll see. All right, doing great so far. Next game is Dishonored. Launched in 2012 on the PlayStation 3, Windows, and Xbox 360.
I'm gonna say everybody in our age range played Dishonored, and their mother. So I'm gonna say that you played Dishonored. And I'm gonna say that you enjoyed it, and you did the stealthy approach.
Okay. Final answer is played. The answer for the quiz is Backlog.
No way.
Yep. You were correct. I did enjoy this game a lot. Thought Corvo was really cool. I liked the art style a lot. Love the environment. Love the character art. But yeah, I'm not good at stealth sometimes, and it was frustrating.
Oh, okay.
And especially when you get punished. Granted, it has story implications and makes sense from a logical standpoint if you go guns ablaze and start blasting the place where the plague spreads. I was like, come on. I don't know. The choice is there, which I like, but I didn't like that it was so heavy-handed on like, oh, well, you could choose, but you're going to get punished for it. Once again, I understand it makes sense. It's just like, oh, bummer. it's going to make it harder for me to play this. So I'd like to go back, but one day.
Yeah, especially when some of the bombastic powers in Dishonored are so fun to use, like where you summon a swarm of plague rats, for example. But it's like, well, but you'll be punished if you do that. You're like, oh, come on, but I want to though.
Exactly. Next game. Speaking of earlier, Star Wars: The Force Unleashed launched in 2008 on the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, the Nintendo Wii, and Xbox 360. TJ, have I played this game?
Wow, I was just calling out all the games.
I know, dude.
You're like, what the heck? Yeah. I'm gonna say, Star Wars Force Unleashed. You have played, because it's a great game, and I wish that you played it. So I hope you have.
You're right. I have played this game, and I absolutely love it. And its sequel. They made a remaster for the Nintendo Wii, no, the Switch, and nowhere else. And I don't know why the fuck they didn't.
That's weird.
Yeah. Bonus question for the Star Wars: The Force Unleashed.
Oh gosh.
Sam Witwer, who plays Starkiller, voices another animated Star Wars character. Who is it?
This is another animated Star Wars character. I'm gonna say he voices Wicket.
Yes, the Ewok Wicket with all of his dialogue. Unfortunately, it's not Wicket. It is Darth Maul. He's played Darth Maul for a long time. This is an image from the Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord show that is coming out. There was also a short or Instagram post recently where they talked about using Sam's screams as part of the lightsaber noises for Darth Maul.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Intense.
Yeah, that's cool.
Next game is BioShock, launched in 2007 on Windows and Xbox 360.
I feel like this is one of those games where you're like, I feel like I should have played this game, but you never did. So I think it's in your backlog.
Well, TJ, you're on the right track. However, I have played this game.
Oh, okay.
I was very late to the party with BioShock, but I absolutely loved it. Have played all 3 of them. 2, while a different studio working on it. Not bad. I kind of enjoyed it. And then Infinite is another great one of like, oh wow, like that story gets dark, but it's very, very good. Confusing.
I've actually never played BioShock 2. I've only played BioShock and BioShock Infinite. I do have 2 remastered on Steam though, so maybe I'll give that a check it out at some point soon.
Nice. Next game is a little game called Final Fantasy X. It launched in 2001 on the PlayStation 2. What do you think? Played it or backlog?
Even if you started in 2001, you'd still be playing it. It's like 100 hours long, this game, so I don't think you finished it.
You're correct, because as a kid, I got stuck. It's in the backlog. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I watched an old family friend play it like late at night when I was hanging at their house when my parents were gone. It seemed really cool, and then I played it, and like I said, enjoyed it, but got to a point, and people who have played Final Fantasy X will know this area. There's like this big giant cliffside where you fight a monster, and for some reason I just could not get past it. It was like, bam, I was like, not enough damage. It just keeps killing my people. All these Phoenix Downs are doing nothing. Can't do it. So it's on the backlog. I regret it because I didn't really like it, but one day.
Well, luckily for you, they've made it easy with I think there's a Switch port of 10 and 10.2 together. So when you eventually beat 10, then you'll have 10.2 to play.
Which I have played a little bit of 10 too, and I did enjoy that as well. But yeah, I do own at least the Final Fantasy X remaster on PlayStation as well.
Oh, okay, very cool.
Bonus question for Final Fantasy X. Titus, Waka, Yuna, and others appear in what other Squaresoft franchise?
Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, he says Kingdom Hearts. He is correct with Kingdom Hearts.
Yes.
Very good job. I made sure to point this out on my stream not too long ago. And here's some pictures of them. There's Waka and Titus from Final Fantasy X in their Kingdom Hearts 1 form. And there's Yuna, Riku, and Pain in Kingdom Hearts 2. As they kind of just randomly pop in there for whatever fucking reason.
Very cool.
Doing great so far, TJ. On to our next game. It's Ape Escape, launched in 1999 on the PlayStation 1. Have I played it or is it in the backlog?
I don't think Ape Escape's a very long game, so I think you have played Ape Escape because you can finish that game pretty easily.
I would debate that it's a short game, but maybe it's just me and my skill gap, because I have played this game. Absolutely love Ape Escape 1, and this is a nostalgia factor. I used to play it at a relative's because they had a PlayStation, but they'd never had a memory card, so I just kept starting fresh every time I went over there.
Oh my gosh.
Eventually, I did play this, I believe, on my PlayStation 3, because it's one of the backwards compatible ones. And I did stream it early in the stream career, finally, all the way through. And I think it took 6 to 8 hours. It took a while. So, good times, though. Good times. There's a remaster with trophies that I still need to go through.
And allegedly, it's the game that made joysticks for the PlayStation. So
yeah, I think it's one of,
cool.
if not the first, it's one of the first that uses the analog sticks. You are correct. Yeah. Sadly, that's not a bonus question. Next game is Luigi's Mansion, launched in 2001 on the GameCube. Have I played Luigi's Mansion?
Yeah, everybody loves Luigi. Man, I feel like I wish that you've played this game, but I feel like you haven't finished it. Very good game. Also not a super long game. I think you can beat it in like 8 hours or something, but for some reason I don't think you have. I don't think you've stuck with it.
You would be correct. This is in the backlog. The GameCube was another platform I did not own. I do own one now. And I picked up Luigi's Mansion from my local game shop and then forgot I already have Luigi's Mansion from that same game shop. So I have 2 copies up there for whatever reason. Oops.
Wow. Well, it is a phenomenal game. It's one of the best GameCube games, so definitely enjoy. I love the like that aesthetic of like that non-threatening horror aesthetic. I'm a big fan of. I was growing up, at least for sure. So I remember playing Luigi's Mansion growing up, and I'm just a huge Luigi fan. So the fact that he got his own game was huge to me back in the day.
Nice. On to our next game, Maneater. It launched in 2020, and platforms were Windows, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. TJ, do you know about Maneater?
Yes, you play as a shark and you eat people.
Perfect.
And
okay.
I think you recommended me this game, so I'm going to say that you've played it.
Damn, Skippy, I played it and I absolutely loved it. Because, you're just a big old shark just causing chaos. There is a story. Is it the best story? No. Does it matter? Also no.
No, you're a shark.
Yep. All right, doing great. On to our next game. Oh, Chicory. Launched in 2021. Platforms were Mac OS, Windows, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5.
Yes, you have played Chicory.
Wow, this man does not listen to me on the podcast at all because this was meant to be a trick question. I have played it. And I fucking just put my head down and played all of it this week. I was hoping to get you, but not so much. This was the game I alluded to earlier that I have played, but wanted to talk about more next week. I finished Chicory, I believe, Wednesday night. This is one of my games that I absolutely love and would recommend to people. And now that I finished it, I think it's just another point on it of like, yep, absolutely, please play this game. Great time there. Damn, couldn't get you with that.
Yeah, I didn't know that you finished it this week. I do remember hearing you talk about it, which is why like, he's played it, but yeah, it's you were talking about how you didn't finish it, so yeah.
Bonus question about Chicory, though. Hey, TJ, what's your main character named after? So they ask you a question at the beginning of the game, and you get to pick what can you
your
choose
favorite
for
food.
You said what?
Your favorite food.
Favorite food? Damn, Skippy, you're on a roll because it is your favorite food.
Wow. Yes.
And there's
I remember you saying that, yeah.
There's my version of the main character from this most recent playthrough. I named him Cookie because I was thinking about cookies.
Cookies are my weakness.
Doing awesome, sir. Very nice job. On to our next game. It's Pokemon Snap. It launched in 1999 on the Nintendo 64. Backlog, or have I played it?
Well, that's another game where it's like, well, if you play it once, you've technically beaten the game. You know, it's like an hour long, the game technically, unless you're trying to go through it, which I know you would if you played Pokemon Snap. You would try and get every single picture of every Pokemon in every position. But I feel like I know you said you have an N64 now, and you could play the game now. You didn't play it as a kid, but I feel like if you were going to play it now, you would have you've had a Switch for a long time, so you would have probably played new Pokemon Snap, and maybe skipped over this one. So I'm going to say that you haven't played this.
I like the logic. However, I have played Pokemon Snap. This was another very late to the party. I think it was on the Nintendo Wii U, I believe, on the eShop, so I played it there. Also streamed it. And yeah, like you said, in reality, you can blast through this game, but there's secret paths, there's all these things that you can kind of find as extra. I don't think I 100%ed it in any way, shape, or form, but went back and played it and had a good time.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. Woo, woo, woo. Bonus question for Pokemon Snap. You alluded to it. Hey, you want a remaster? That's nice. Nintendo finally gave a follow-up to Pokemon Snap in new Pokemon Snap. It wasn't half bad. But what year did it come out?
I'm going to say it was pre-pandemic, but not by much. So I'm going to say 2019, 2018, maybe?
Okay, 2019, 2018. The answer is 2021. It was the other way around.
Wow, I was wrong. Yeah, it was on the other side of the pandemic.
Yep.
Well,
yeah, decent game.
I haven't played it.
Hopefully I haven't missed any of your scores, but if I did, I apologize. I'm trying to remember where we are in the catalog of list here.
Oh, yeah.
Next game. Okay, yeah, somewhere I miscounted, because this is our final one.
Okay.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey. This launched in 2018. Platforms are PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and Windows.
I'm also convinced that nobody has beaten Assassin's Creed Odyssey because it's so long. There's just so much content in it. I know that I've played Assassin's Creed Odyssey for 65 hours according to Steam, and I'm like, there's so much to do, and I haven't finished it yet and stuff. So I'm gonna say that you don't strike me as the biggest Assassin's Creed fan to begin with, besides the older ones. So I'm gonna say that yeah, maybe you didn't finish this one. It's in the backlog.
Keyword there is finished. You are correct. I did not finish this one. Yeah, absolutely loved it. Was streaming it. Had a great time with it. But yeah, there's a lot of side content there. So I kind of spent a lot of it doing a lot of that side content and exploring and whatnot. Loved all of it. But it's a big-ass game. Lot to do.
Yeah.
Lot to do.
Yeah, I will say somehow I got randomly like a free ship upgrade thing from like the store. Like you could buy like one thing from the store. So I bought like a turquoise ship or something, and I just remember going through the waters and almost Assassin's Creed Black Flag, like just doing all the naval battles and stuff with my cool turquoise boat. It was very fun. So love that game.
Nice. It wouldn't be a finale if there wasn't a bonus question.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Lengthy question, so listen closely. In honor of the upcoming Black Flag remaster, including that title, how many Assassin's Creed games have there been? There are two answers to this question, mainline and total. You can get a point for each. However, I need the exact number for mainline, and I will give you a point if you're within 3 for the spin-offs. I would like your mainline series answer first. Take your time.
Does the RPG games that count as mainline entries? Like the Assassin's Creed Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla?
I'll be nice and I'll say yes.
Okay. Cool. So there's been 4 of those games because of Shadows plus the original 4, so 8.
Final answer is 8 for mainline?
Yeah, 8 mainline ones.
Okay.
Wait, no, 9, because there's... Oh my god,
There are
okay.
15 mainline.
Wow. Yeah, I forgot about all the Brotherhoods and all the and then there's been like Assassin's Creed 4 has doesn't it have its own like canon spin-off game too, Assassin's Creed Rogue or whatever,
Okay. Okay.
and so stuff like that. Yeah.
All right. So speaking of spin-offs, within 3, how many total Assassin's Creed games have there been? So this is the mainline 15 plus however many spin-offs.
I'm gonna say good old 27.
27. Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer, and I'm correct because it's gonna be 30, and I'm gonna be within 3.
You were very close, sir. It is not 27. It is 32.
Oh,
32
man.
in total. So unfortunately, just out of that range for within 3. But good try.
How are there 15 mainline games and 32 Assassin's Creed spin-off games? That's what I want to know.
Now, for those of you maybe fact-checking me, this data comes from Wikipedia, and here are your titles. On the left is your main line titles with Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Assassin's Creed Revelation, Assassin's Creed 3, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Assassin's Creed Rogue, Assassin's Creed Unity, Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Okay, I'm going to stop saying Assassin's Creed. Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla, Mirage, Shadows, and Black Flag Resynced. On the right side of the screen here, we do have the spin-offs. Once again, all starting with Assassin's Creed, but I will not read that. We have Altair's Chronicles, Bloodlines, Discovery, Project Legacy, Multiplayer Rearmed, Recollection, Liberation, Pirates, Freedom Cry, Memories, Chronicles China, Chronicles India, Chronicles Russia, Identity, Unity Arnos Chronicles, Rebellion, and Nexus VR. Don't yell at me. It's coming from Wikipedia. So if I'm wrong, it's because they're wrong.
Wow, that's a lot of games.
Yeah. All right, TJ. So how'd you do? I think I was too hype about things because I definitely miscounted. So I do apologize there. But how do you feel you did?
I'm definitely in the positive. I think I got probably like 80% correct. I think I was on the money for most of it.
All right. Well, without bonus questions, once again, I apologize if I did not tally. I have 17 correct answers there.
Woo!
And you also got 4 of the bonus questions correct. So you have a grand total score of 21. Excellent job, sir, on the quiz today of Backlog Quiz. I hope everybody had a great time. Thanks for playing. Let me know how you guys did in the chat below. If you guys listen to this podcast and what I'm actually saying, or if you're just like, I don't know, this is fucking whatever.
Well, also, I want to say legally by law, speaking now, I don't owe you $7 United States, correct?
Absolutely correct. We are now
Okay.
even Steven at 0. Congrats. We're getting out of debt.
Yay!
Excellent job on the quiz once again, TJ. Kicked ass once again. I hope everybody had fun with that. I had a lot of fun creating it, and like I said, I probably put too much effort into making it, but I had a good time. So let's head on into our final section for this podcast. Sadly, it is what are we looking forward to in the future, playing next, whether it's a future release or something in our backlog. TJ, what are you looking forward to playing next?
Well, it's a game that I've already played, and I've already played it for a decent amount of time. I'm trying to find it now in my Steam library, so I can get some exact statistics. Yeah, I've played it for 38.2 hours. So some would say that that's, maybe not the best future, title to put out there. However, it's getting an update. So the game is Warhammer 40,000 Chaos Gate Demon Hunters, which is a mouthful of a title, but this is a phenomenal game. It's just getting an update now with the Warhammer Skulls Festival of video games that is happening right now. It's getting even more DLC. It's gotten DLC over the years that I have not played, and it's getting even more DLC. But what is the game? The game is basically it's XCOM. It's Warhammer 40K XCOM, which I mean, say less for me. That's like perfect. That's why I played it for 40 hours because I love it so much. The fun thing about Warhammer 40K Chaos Gate Demon Hunters, though, over XCOM is that in the 40K universe, close combat is as important as gun combat and
Mm,
stuff. And in XCOM, guns reign supreme, so you just want to shoot everything. But in Warhammer 40K, there's also close combat, and so it does a really cool job of balancing that in Chaos Gate, where if you go up and you do a melee to someone, you'll be able to like I forget exactly how it works. It's been years since I've played this game, but it basically like I think it like charges up a meter or something when you do a melee kill, or it lets you like kill the next person easier with like one hit or something. So it rewards you for like going in close to do a melee kill and then set up stuff instead of just tanking in altogether like in XCOM. Like I love XCOM Enemy Unknown. It's probably my favorite strategy game, or I don't know if it's my favorite strategy game, but it's one of my favorite strategy games of all time. But it does have a flaw where your whole squad, you basically move up very slowly, incrementally with your whole squad, and you turtle up and you do Overwatch.
mm,
And that way, there, if any enemies pop out of the fog of war, they'll be annihilated by at least two of your guys. Like usually, you have two guys run, two guys do Overwatch, and you kind of flip flop that so that you can move along. But in Chaos Gate, you're not really turtling up that way. You're kind of running forward as fast as you can to melee an enemy to get the advantage. And you do want to do Overwatch, and there is a lot of range combat and stuff, but it's not as punishing for you to do that melee stuff. And there's a lot of really cool classes and stuff. I don't know. I really love the game. Like I said, there's been a lot of updates from it since I've played it last, so I think I'm gonna re-download it and hopefully download the DLC from the Warhammer Skulls Festival of video games. I think that's gonna be really exciting and really fun for me to get back into some turn-based action for sure.
very cool. Yeah, it sounds great. That's really cool that they're updating a decent chunk of their library, like you're saying, especially after the showcase. That's just really good to reward the players. So very cool.
Yeah, it's like I have probably like 7 or 8 Warhammer 40K games, and all of them are getting updates. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Very cool. Well, I got quite a bit on my plate this weekend. I doubt I'll get into both of these. But that's not the game I'm going to shout out. I'd like to shout out another entry of the 6-1 Indie Showcase. And I think I talked about this at our PAX East coverage, or over our PAX East coverage. And the game is called Grave Seasons. This was my first time with the showcase seeing like actual gameplay of this game. And I'm like, oh yeah, definitely sold. For a reminder for everybody, if you didn't listen to the PAX episode, but Grave Seasons is a narrative farming sim with a terrifying twist. Someone in the town is a supernatural serial killer. Farm, romance, and investigate your way through the unsettling town of Ashen Ridge. So yeah, this comes from developers Perfect Garbage and published by Blumhouse Games. Yeah, it's just a really cool combination of gameplay of like the chill farming sim and raising the crops and all that, and then the like detective murder mystery on the other side of it, where obviously somebody is doing these nasty things to the town. From what I saw of the showcase and the trailer that was included in it, looks really impressive. Very violent for the pixel art that they do have, which is impressive. And then also, from what I heard from some friends' coverage of PAX East who had played this, the narrative changes. So whoever the killer is for a specific run, whether you play it or I play it, it will
Mhm.
be different. It's not
Oh
always the
wow.
same individual who is this serial killer. So it has that replay value, or has obviously that differing where you guys can talk about your different experiences. I don't know if it will follow obviously the same narrative beats, but at least the victims and stuff like that, it will be different. So you just got to watch out for that as you're doing your little investigating. I want to give that a shout.
Very cool. That actually sounds intriguing to me. I might check that out myself.
Nice. Very cool. Well, everybody, this has been another episode of the Relatively Gaming Podcast. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us today, giving this a watch or listen, whether you're on YouTube or Spotify. If you liked what you heard today, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up and a like. It really helps us out, and we greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. If you ever have a comment, or rather a topic you'd like for us to discuss as well in a future episode, put it down in the comment section below, and we'll get to it at a future episode. But yeah, I had a lot of fun today. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. TJ, as always, thank you, sir, for hanging out with me and chatting some good old fun gaming stuff.
Yeah, no, thank you for preparing that quiz. That was a lot of fun. I
Oh, good, I'm
appreciate
glad.
it. Had a great episode as always.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for giving us a watch, giving a listen. Hope you guys have a good rest of your week. And we'll see you not in space, but maybe we'll see you underground in the mines. I hear the children yearn for them. Bye!
Bye.